Communities around the nation today honoring the legacy of civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Mary Wilson. On this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the Springfield community came together to celebrate local artists and musicians. Western Mass News reporter Libby James has more.
Martin Luther King Jr. brought communities together, and he certainly expressed messages of hope using the arts. And today we're bringing local artists together to do that for our community.
On Monday, the Mass Mutual Center held Springfield's 10th annual citywide Dr. Martin Luther King Day celebration. This year, over 500 students from 35 different Springfield schools joined with performances in music, dance, and spoken word. What was new this year was the art exhibition, featuring 40 tables with all types of art, ranging from paintings to clay pieces to stained glass windows. The executive director of Springfield Cultural Partnership tells Western Mass News they hope by featuring local artists, it'll help connect the community.
Encouraging the youth that are here today to find their inspiration and their gift to themselves and also to share with the community.
We spoke to the glass artist Gregory Drew, who started his business Kiss My Glass Studio One back in 2016. Working solo out of his studio, he says he was excited to be part of the exhibition.
It's nice to get out here, see other artists, interface with them, and then we just exchange ideas.
The theme of the event was Chasing the Dream, Arriving Together, and Standing in Light. This was to reflect the legacy of Martin Luther King and the continued struggle for social justice in communities across the country. One of the organizers of the event, Andrew Cade from the Urban League of Springfield, was excited about today, but he wanted everyone attending to leave remembering the values of Dr. King.
What Dr. Martin Luther King would say and what he was all about, and that is that it's always right to do the right thing.
Reporting for Western Mass News, I'm Libby James.